Talk about how amazing that win was for you guys.
Great win. You know, similar to Thursday night, Stanford and Cal come in here, and both teams came in first place. And just really proud of the guys once again for going out and competing hard, and leaving it on the floor, making good decisions down the stretch, and all in all, just battling, being Warriors.
That last play where, I should say, Devontae's three, I mean, was that something where you guys wanted to open him up, or was it whoever gets the open shot, just take it?
We ran a play, did not know for sure if it'd go to Devontae, but he was open, so nice pass was made, and fortunately he hit the shot.
Can you talk about that second half? I mean, it seemed like such a roller coaster. It was fast-paced at sometimes, then fouls for a while, and then obviously the frantic finish at the end. Just what it was like from your viewpoint.
From my viewpoint, it was beautiful. It looked great. I just like the way we competed. And when you compete hard and you're just scrapping, it's not always pretty. But at the end of the day, I think you give yourself a chance, a better chance to win a ball game. And I think that's what our guys did today. They just kept scrapping and scrapping, even through some adversity. We kept our heads, and I think it shows some maturity, some experience.
Is Faisal making a case for himself to work back into the starting lineup, or is your philosophy different on that?
Well, my philosophy is you got to fit into the whole system of what we're doing, not just who scores the most points starts. But he scored a lot of points. He helped us win both games. He also did a lot of other good things for us. Unfortunately, he had 5 turnovers and no assists, but he did have a really good game, and he's done a good job.
Abe played some really important minutes in the second half, too. Just talk about his game and the threes he made in that stretch that kind of kept you guys in it when Cal counterpunched.
Yeah, Abe hit some huge threes. You know, he's a fifth-year senior, confident, and I'm not sure what his three-point field goal percentage is on the year, but it's got to be around 50. And so he's a confident shooter, and we're confident getting it to him.
Well, I think one of the key plays there, I think it was right before Lacey's three, was Cal had gotten an offensive rebound, and then they had penetrated and were looking to dish to the middle. And they'd been doing that consistently for the whole game, and the Washington State defense collapsed. Were you guys really looking for that at that point?
Yeah, we were looking at that from about maybe the 8-minute mark of the first half. From that point on, I think we talked about it every single time we had a chance, that Cal is just slicing us up, and we've got to shift, we've got to shut down the middle. But Cal's really good, and they execute some things, and if you take one thing away, you give up something else. And so what we were taking away, we end up giving up the middle quite a bit. And when you do that against a good team, they score. And Cal, I mean, there were a few times it looked like it was just men amongst boys, and they really sliced us up for some easy baskets. So I'm glad on that one possession we did get a stop.
And can you talk about the feeling a little bit? Obviously, if you go back a week, you know, you have the lead at Washington, and then you lose the lead, and then you have these 2 huge games coming up this week. You know, how different, you know, do you guys get kind of wrapped up in the emotion of it, or how different is it week to week, that feeling?
Well, that's a great question, and I think a couple of years ago, or even last year, it might have affected us more. I think that's where you need good leadership. And I feel like our kids have done a nice job of putting that game behind us, Washington game, even though it's a big game. We went in, we battled them, we played some good minutes, but at the end they took it to us at the end. But I think we turned the page, came back, and we knew what was ahead of us with the 2 best teams coming in. We had some good practices, and I thought during the course of the week leading up to these 2 games, I felt like we really came together as a group, and that, look, we're not throwing in the towel. We're 1-4, but here's our chance. We're playing at home, and it had been a while, 30-some days. So I think our guys were excited to play in front of family, friends, students, get back in our arena and see what we could do, and fortunately it worked out.
And do you sort of temper that heading into next week now? Do you temper the enthusiasm behind these 2 wins, or do you sort of just keep feeding the beast as it goes?
Well, I'm pretty old school, and it's just, hey, those games are over. It was great. Enjoy it tonight, but well, I guess they enjoy it tomorrow too because we don't have practice. But we need to start thinking about Arizona State. Can't live off of 2 wins.